Welcome, everyone, to the first episode of the Simple English podcast, where we make English as easy as pie, or should I say a piece of cake. I'm Benjamin.
And I'm Chloe. Today, we're literally talking about a phrase you just mentioned, Ben, a piece of cake. It's a fun and useful expression in English.
That's right, Chloe. When we say something is a piece of cake, we mean it's very easy to do. For example, if you find English grammar simple, you might say, learning English grammar is a piece of cake.
Definitely, Ben. And it's interesting to note that this phrase can be a great confidence booster. When you believe something is easy, like a piece of cake, you're more likely to be successful at it. It's all about having a positive mindset.
Oh, I love that perspective. Now let's practice pronunciation. Repeat after me. A piece of cake.
A piece of cake. Great. Remember, listeners, practicing out loud can really help your speaking skills.
Absolutely. And while we're talking about cakes, let's throw in another related idiom. To have your cake and eat it too. This one means you want more than is reasonable, or you want to have two good things that can't go together.
That's a tricky one. For example, if you want to sleep late and not miss your morning classes, you're trying to have your cake and eat it too.
Right. Now, Chloe, let's make this fun. What's the easiest thing you've done recently that you'd call a piece of cake?
Oh, making scrambled eggs for breakfast was a piece of cake for me.
Perfect example. Cooking can indeed be simple and fun. Listeners, think about what tasks you consider a piece of cake. This can be a great way to start a conversation in English.
Now, for our listeners who love learning new words, let's break down the phrase a bit. Piece here refers to a part or portion of something larger, like a piece of a whole cake.
And cake? Well, I think everyone loves cake. It symbolizes something delightful and enjoyable, adding to the positive feel of the idiom.
Before we wrap up, let's share a quick tip of the day related to learning English. Ben?
Here's a fun fact. Did you know that reading children's books can greatly improve your English vocabulary and grammar? These books are designed to be engaging and easy to understand, making them an excellent resource for learners at any level.
That's a fantastic tip, Ben. Simple language, clear context, and charming stories make children's books a powerful tool in language learning.
Thanks for tuning in to the Simple English podcast. We hope this episode was as enjoyable as a piece of cake for you.
Don't forget to join us next time. Keep practicing and remember, every little bit helps.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 2 of the Simple English podcast. I'm your host, Benjamin.
And I'm Chloe. We're thrilled to have you with us as we explore another interesting English phrase. Today's topic is a dime a dozen.
That's right, Chloe. This phrase, a dime a dozen, refers to something that's very common. So common that it's not considered special or valuable. For instance, if we say, reality TV shows are a dime a dozen, we mean there are so many of them, they're not unique anymore.
Exactly, Ben. It's a great phrase to describe anything that's plentiful or not rare. Let's break it down a bit. The word dime is a 10-cent coin in the United States, and a dozen is a group of 12. Historically, many items sold for a dime a dozen were cheap and abundant.
Interesting history there. Let's practice saying it together, listeners. Repeat after us. A dime a dozen.
A dime a dozen. Great. Remember, practicing pronunciation can improve your fluency, so don't be shy about repeating phrases.
Now, Chloe, can you give us another example where you might use a dime a dozen?
Sure, Ben. In the job market, some skills are a dime a dozen. This means if your skill set is very common, it might not stand out to employers. That's why specialized skills are so valuable. They're not a dime a dozen.
Perfect example, Chloe. And for all of our listeners trying to enhance their vocabulary, let's explore the individual words. Dime and dozen aren't just useful in this idiom, but are commonly used in other contexts as well.
Definitely. And to help our listeners remember this idiom, let's use it in a fun context. Ben, imagine if cookies were a dime a dozen.
Oh, that would be a dream, though not great for my waistline. Jokes aside, using idioms in funny or imaginative scenarios can make them easier to remember.
Absolutely. And to add a bit of culture, did you know that phrases like a dime a dozen are called idioms? They're fixed expressions with meanings that aren't obvious from the individual words.
That's a good point to remember. It shows how colorful and expressive English can be. Now, before we close, let's share a quick language learning tip of the day. What do you have for us, Chloe?
Here's a useful tip. Try using new idioms in sentences of your own. This practice will help you understand them better and make your English sound more natural.
Great advice. Keep experimenting with the language and don't worry about making mistakes. They're part of learning.
Thanks for joining us for today's episode of the Simple English Podcast. We hope discussing a dime a dozen has made your English learning a bit richer.
Don't forget to tune in next time for more phrases and tips. Until then, keep practicing and exploring the language.
Bye for now.
Welcome back, listeners. You're tuned into episode 3 of the Simple English Podcast. I'm Benjamin.
And I'm Chloe. Today we're diving into another interesting idiom, beat around the bush. It's great to have you here to explore English with us.
Beat around the bush is a fantastic phrase that means to avoid talking about what is important. People often do this when they're nervous about bringing up a sensitive topic or when they want to delay giving bad news.
That's right, Ben. It's like if someone asks you if you like their cooking and you start talking about the weather instead of admitting you didn't enjoy the meal. You're beating around the bush.
Exactly, Chloe. Let's practice that phrase. Listeners, say it with us. Beat around the bush.
Beat around the bush. Remember, repetition is key to mastering pronunciation. Now, Ben, why don't you give us another example?
Sure thing. Suppose you want to ask for a raise, but instead of getting straight to the point, you start discussing your recent projects, the office environment, and so on. You're basically beating around the bush because you're hesitant to ask directly.
Great example. It shows how the phrase can be used in professional contexts too. Let's break it down further. Beat here means to hit, but in our idiom, it suggests avoiding something. Bush refers to thick, shrubby plants. Imagining someone literally hitting the area around a bush instead of going straight through it can help you remember the meaning.
That's a helpful visualization, Chloe. And speaking of remembering idioms, here's a tip for our listeners. Try creating a short story using the idiom. This can help cement it in your memory.
I love that technique. It makes learning so much more engaging. Let's give them another challenge, Ben. How about using beat around the bush in a sentence right now?
All right. Let's see. When I asked Emily if she was going to move to a new city, she started beating around the bush, talking about how unpredictable life can be.
Nicely done. And listeners, now it's your turn. Try to use beat around the bush in a sentence of your own. Maybe next time you're speaking English, you can drop this idiom into the conversation.
Absolutely. It's all about practice. And speaking of practice, here's a language learning tip for the day. Listen to English songs and try to identify any idioms or phrases you know. It's a fun way to test your understanding and improve your listening skills.
That's a fantastic idea, Ben. Music can be a powerful tool for learning. Well, that wraps up today's episode on Beat Around the Bush. We hope you found it insightful and that it helps you communicate more effectively in English.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't miss our next episode where we'll uncover more phrases and tips to help you on your language learning journey. Keep practicing. And remember, every step forward is progress.
Bye for now.